Renowned poet Dr. Diana Ferrus, celebrated for her iconic poem, I've Come to Take You Home, is being honored in an official provincial funeral that's happening today in Worcester. The 72-year-old icon passed away last week and is honored for profound contributions to South Africa's cultural heritage. It includes her key role in repatriating Sara Baartman's remains from France. SABC News reporter Abra Barbier is in Worcester and joins us with an update now. Abra, good morning. We've been following our late icons' final resting moments. Family, friends alike coming to pay their last respects, echoing fondest memories. You and your daughter have your own memories as the years have gone by. What's happening as the special funeral continues and we pay our last respects to Dr. Diana Ferrus?
Good afternoon, Liesl. Yes, as you said, we all have our own stories of Dr. Ferrus, a household name, whether you've met her in person or not. She's just somebody that many South Africans feel as though they've always, they've known her, they got to meet her personally. And as you can see right now, there we have the family, the procession moving past. We just had the official procession with the MEC, various members of the SABC, the marching band, as well as members of the Khoi community, all marching by as part of this official procession. They are heading towards the graveyard right now, and we are hoping to speak with the MEC for Cultural Affairs and Sport, Mr. Ricardo Mckenzie, in a few moments. I don't know if he'll make it to me while we are still on air, but we are going to be chatting to him. It was obviously a very moving ceremony, and what stood out for me was that everybody who spoke during the tributes, they made comments about Dr. Ferrus being really interested in honing the skills of young minds, of young writers, reminding younger South Africans that they need to tell their stories so that they can give names and voices to those who've gone without names and voices for so long in this country. We also spoke to Dr. Alan Busak, who was a long-time friend of Dr. Ferrus, and he spoke about the importance of what she did when she wrote that ode to Sara Baartman and the important role that she played in getting those remains repatriated. So that was no mean feat on her part. He said not only was she petitioning the government, here I have the MEC coming over to me just in time. MEC Ricardo Mckenzie, thank you so much for speaking with us. We are live. Can we just move over this way? So you were just part of the procession now. Just tell me, what did Dr. Diana Ferrus mean to South Africa and to the Western Cape and to the town of Worcester?
Well, I think first of all, she meant a lot to the world. I think people underestimate the value that Dr. Diana Ferrus meant to the world. If you were to think back 165,000 years ago, as the Khoi and the San, we gave the humanity cognitive ability, the ability to think. Sadly, 163,000 years ago, Sara Baartman was taken from us. Her humanity was taken from us when she was taken to Europe and treated as a specimen. And then 200 years later, Dr. Diana Ferrus came. And on her quest and working with government to bring Sara Baartman back to South Africa, she brought humanity back. She brought humanity back to human beings and saying, 200 years before that, you've taken Sara Baartman away from her, but you've taken her humanity away. So 200 years later, Dr. Diana Ferrus ensured that her humanity was given back to her by bringing her back home. And her poem, I've Brought You Home, it's home, it's not house. So she brought that dignity home, and that's what she meant to us as South Africans, and I think to the world as well.
That's a big thing that came throughout all the tributes, was her humanity, her love for people, and how she was just trying to impart her knowledge and her love for humans on the younger generation. Do you think enough is being done to keep her word alive in the country?
I think when I met her last year towards the end of August, we actually had a dinner on Green Market Square, and we had a conversation around this about how do we keep our stoop stories alive. And one of the projects that we started is around stoop stories, because there's so many stories around in our communities, but they are not being told. And I think it's one of the things that hopefully we can get right is to get our stories from our community and share that, because that's important. And the other thing is around writing and reading. We've got a reading problem in the country, so clearly not enough has been done around reading. And we are now working on getting kids back into libraries because we need to instill that love for reading, because that's where it all starts. You can't write until you know how to read. And I think that is what we need to do so much more to ensure that stories and the history of Dr. Diana Ferrus and many like her are kept alive.
Thank you so much for your time, MEC. That was MEC Ricardo Mackenzie, of course, who came to represent the province as we lay Dr. Diana Ferrus to rest here in Worcester in the Western Cape today. Liesel?
Thanks, Abra. You can see that funeral continuing there. We'll continue to touch base with you as we pay our last respects to Dr. Diana Ferrus, of course, being laid to rest in Worcester today.